Juliana, Jeremy, hey, it's great to connect. I'm really excited to walk you through this retirement strategy we've built just for you. So let's jump right in. I want to kick things off with a pretty big question. What if we could build a plan that gives you all the upside of market growth, but completely takes away the risk of losing money in a downturn? And on top of that, what if it could create a significant, tax-free income stream you can count on for the rest of your lives? It probably sounds a little too good to be true, right? Well, let's explore exactly how that's possible.
Okay, so first things first, let's take a quick look at your current picture. We got to know where we're starting from before we can map out where we're going.
So right now, you've got your traditional and your Roth IRAs, and you're consistently putting away about $1,000 a month, which, by the way, is fantastic. You've already built a really solid foundation to work from.
Here's the thing, though. The challenge is that this money is directly exposed to the market. That means it's vulnerable to all the volatility, all those gut-wrenching downturns, and crucially, it's just not set up in a way that creates the most tax-efficient income possible for you down the road.
So with that in mind, let's fast forward a bit. If we don't change a thing, if you just stay on this current path, what does your retirement realistically look like? Let's run the numbers. Based on typical market projections, if you stay the course, you're on track to have about $600,000 by retirement. Now that sounds like a big number, doesn't it? But the real question, the one that really matters is, what does that number actually provide you in terms of real, spendable income each year?
Well, using a standard financial planning guideline called the 4% rule, that $600,000 nest egg translates into about $24,000 of income per year. So the big question we have to ask is that enough to live the retirement you're both dreaming of?
And here's the real kicker, the part that so many people overlook. That $24,000, that isn't your take-home pay. A big chunk of that is taxable, which means the actual money you have in your pocket to spend on groceries, travel, and grandkids is going to be even less. This is where we make a change. We're going to shift our focus from just saving money to strategically building income. So let me introduce you to a much more powerful approach called the indexed strategy. This slide really shows the magic of this strategy. On the left, pretty simple. When the market goes up, your account grows right along with it. But look at the right side. This is the absolute game changer. If the market crashes, you are protected by a 0% floor. You don't lose a single penny. You get all the upside potential with none of the terrifying downside risk. So how does it work? It's a really clever method where your money's growth is linked to a market index, like the S&P 500, but your actual dollars are never directly invested or at risk. That structure is the secret sauce. It gives you that potential for growth while completely shielding you from market crashes.
Okay, so let's move from theory to action. This isn't some generic blueprint. This is your personalized, three-part plan that we've tailored specifically to your goals and your current financial picture.
Here are the 3 simple, powerful moves we'll make. First, we'll redirect that $1,000 a month you're already saving into a special account called a laser fund. We'll dive into what that is in a moment. Second and third, we'll simply reposition the money in your existing IRAs out of direct market risk and into the safety of the same index strategy. Let's break down each step.
Let's start with strategy 1. We'll take that $1,000 you're already saving and redirect it into what's called a laser fund. Now, I know this document looks complex, but it's basically a type of account called an indexed universal life policy. If you just follow the highlighted numbers, you'll see the key takeaway. This single move is projected to create a retirement income stream of over $110,000 per year. And the best part, it is completely tax-free.
Now for step 2, your Roth IRA. We'll simply reposition that money into the same type of protected index strategy. By shielding it from any future market losses while still capturing the gains, the projection shows that account growing to a remarkable $2.27 million by retirement.
Finally, let's look at your largest asset, the traditional IRA. We'll apply the exact same protective strategy here. By eliminating the risk of loss and locking in the gains, this move alone is projected to grow this account to over $3 million.
Okay, we've looked at the old path and the new one. Now, let's put them side by side to see the real difference. This is where the power of this strategy becomes absolutely undeniable.
This slide lays it all out. On the left, you see the current path, about $600,000 in savings that generates a $24,000 taxable income. But on the right, with the new strategy, you're looking at a projected total of $5.3 million, which generates a tax-free income of over $110,000 per year. The difference is truly life-changing.
Let that number sink in for a moment.
Over $5 million. That is the incredible power of compound growth when you remove the devastating setbacks of market crashes.
But as impressive as that total is, this number right here is what truly matters. This is your retirement paycheck. Over $100,000 every single year, deposited into your account, tax-free. Money you can spend on travel, family, anything you want, without ever worrying about sending a dime to the IRS.
And that laser fund we talked about has other powerful advantages. Because the income is tax-free, it doesn't trigger extra taxes on your Social Security or cause your Medicare premiums to spike. That's a hidden trap for many retirees. On top of that, you have liquid access to your money whenever you need it for any reason with no penalties. It gives you total control, safety, and a powerful income stream all in one package.
So when you boil it all down, the question is this. If there was a way to potentially create 2, maybe even 3 times more actual, spendable, tax-free income in retirement simply by being more strategic with the money you're already saving, wouldn't you want to at least see exactly what that looks like for you?